Okay, guys, let's just take a look together at the calendar. All right, so let me please borrow your attention so that you are not lost and confused. Again, don't try to finish that right there, or I mean, you might be able to pay attention to both. But most important to pay attention to the instructions and the tasks that are here now on the screen. All right, so let's recap. What are we doing next? All right, so if you did not finish, right, make sure that you create the 3 posts that we did at the beginning of class, right? That you were creating the geometry transformations, the geometry combinations, and the 15 schematic logo designs. Make sure that you're using the tags and that you're captioning them as we discussed, all right? Which is this part right here for the first post, and this right here for the second post with the tags, etc. Now, I want you guys to please offer feedback to your classmates, right? It could just be a number, right? So I want you guys to vote to offer feedback on your classmates' final logo designs, right? In selecting their top 9 logo designs. I'm gonna tell you guys what I mean by this, right? So let me go to the Instagrams. Let's see, Luis right here. So I have Luis right here. So you go into his 15 logos right here. And look through them, right? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I'm not really sure what this is about, right? So that's why I need to scroll to the last page. And be like, oh, okay, so this is for the prickly pear cactus. So those were the original sketches. These are the geometry. Okay, so based on that, which of these logos right here is looking good as a logo for the prickly pear, right? So, not to influence anyone, but for me, from what I see real quick, I like number 4. I liked. Wait a second, that's the wrong post. There we go. This is the post right here. So I like that one, the 4. I liked. There's something interesting about this, the 6. If I go back to the images right here, I kind of like that. I like that. So I like 4. I like 6. And for me, there was another one over here that looked pretty vicious. Which one was it? That looks funny. I don't know. I mean, 1. Why not? 1. All right, so tell that, right? I mean, so just telling Luis Rodriguez right here that Munoz, I mean, my votes were for 4, 6, and 1. Now, does that mean that those are the ones that he will select? Well, number 1, we need to narrow this down from 15 to 9. It's quite a bit, right? I mean, so, well, you're still going to have a good amount. So we're only getting rid of 6, right? So you go from 15 to 9, right? And it's going to be up to each of you guys. But I want the class to give feedback, right? Because, I mean, again, we got to remain somehow loyal to the design, or I guess the essence of the species itself, in this case the prickly pear cactus. But let's not forget about the guidelines that we established when we started this assignment, right? What makes a great logo, right? So I'm also looking, I mean, a lot of these forms are really interesting, but also looking for something simple, right? When I was looking at some of these ones, right? So again, keeping that in mind, right? That it's simple, right? And we can even keep making it simple, right? Get to know the brand. I mean, which one of those for me resembles more the prickly pear, right? So based on that, I would say that those are my favorite from Luis, right? So go ahead and whenever you see your classmates' work pop up, you can really comment, right? And you can really help. Like, for example, there's something really interesting about one, right? One is interesting, right? Right. Three, there's something interesting about three. Right? And three. And I mean, we're just kind of providing feedback, right? Maybe Luis is like, oh, really? I didn't really think that one. And the more that people can come on, comment on it, and what they think, right? I mean, you see that certain things become evident, right? So if we go back to Instagram, all right, nice, good job, guys, good job. All right, so all right. So that's this part right here. Hopefully you already took care of the post. If not, you can take care of that. Feedback, again, vote for the feedback so that we can narrow this thing down. All right, let's see what's next. So Adobe Illustrator, right? So we talked about how to generate a new file. We briefly talked about the interface. We'll always keep talking about the interface. Right, some of the basic objects and items. We did mainly lines and text. We'll talk about shapes next week. We'll talk about line type and line weight next week. And I briefly talked about the paths and definitely talked about the fill and stroke. All right. Okay, guys. So project number 2, uploads. Right? This is important. Let me borrow your attention. So you have 2 uploads to take care of this week. Actually, all right. So we have the ones that we did today in the morning. That's separate right now. But these 2 uploads right here for the project. All right, project 2 uploads. So first thing, guys, I want you guys to go to the Rhino file. You see how we've taken this kind of like in a process, right? I mean, we started in Rhino, we do the drawing, the lines, then we're gonna take it into Illustrator, add color and type, right? So, but before we do that, it's like I mentioned, it's much easier to draft and to draw in Rhino than it is on Illustrator, all right? So if there's any changes that you'd like to make, or more than changes, I'm calling it a cleanup, right? So clean up the final selected 15 logos in Rhino. Use the trim command to get rid of lines you do not see as part of the design. And use the join command to join geometry after you trim it or you cut it. What do I mean? So for example, as part of the logo, right? I mean, maybe I don't want all of these lines right here, right? So I can type trim, right? And I can actually get rid of these lines right there, right? And that'd be like, that's more of what I want, right? The same over here, right? I can go to trim, right? Clean this up, right? And clean that and that right there, and then that and that, right? Maybe you're like, well, I do like some of this, right? Maybe I don't like, this one right there. Maybe I don't like that and that and that. So start doing kind of that, and maybe I get rid of this right here. All right. So you see that's a big change, right? I mean, from this, right? It's kind of, I mean, it could be artistic. Some people might think that's artistic. Some people just think that that's messy. Which one is it? Which? I don't know. But there's a big difference between these 2 right here, right? So this one is what I call the cleanup version, right? So here I got rid of, again, maybe I don't want all of these lines right here. Maybe I clean it up a little bit. And then by the join part, well, you see that they're joined already, right? All right, so that's the first part, right? So let's do a cleanup right there. The trim and join command should be, your friends right here. So I would suggest, just make a copy of these 15 right here. And then this could be the ones that you clean up a little bit. And just think about it, right? I mean, like, for example, here, that's a big old mess right there. There's definitely some cleanup that needs to happen right there. So, I mean, I think a lot of it could be fixed if I just select that, and then I just kind of like clean this up, right? That already kind of gives me something right there, right? Select this one, clean this up right there. Right, so you get it, right? So we clean it up a little bit like that. All right. So upload 1. That's going to be the 15 schematic logo outlines, right? Formatted on 8.5 by 11 portrait, provided layout, portrait PDF layout, format on 8.5 portrait PDF layout, created in class today. We're actually able to draw it in class today. So that'll be this file right here, guys. All right. So this is going to be the first upload for the project. All right. That's going to be this file right here. 2 sheets, cover page, and the 15 logos right there. That's this one right here that says upload 1. All right. Then we have a second one, right? Upload number 2. This is where I need your attention. All right. So your project is going to be to create a presentation, which is this one right here. All right. So it is 10 pages. Right. You can go ahead and do that. File new. Right. So set up your boards this way. It's going to be width of 5 inches, a height of 5 inches is going to be a square, and your artboards is going to be 10 artboards. Right. Don't worry about following up right now. We're not going to finish this here in class, so might as well just pay attention. Right. So this is the start. You have your 10 boards right there. All right. So I want you guys to design a presentation to present your selected 9 logos. Remember that we had 15. From there, your classmates are helping you kind of select, right? Narrow it down to 9. I want you guys to create a presentation for those 9 selected logos, all right? So you're gonna create a presentation with 10 sheets, right? The first one is gonna be a cover sheet. The other 9 is gonna be each individual logo. And let me take you through what that means. All right, so page 1, cover sheet, right? You can design it however you want, right? You can put the text there, right? You can actually have fun with the text and do it kind of sideways like that. Oh, actually not like that. Well, we didn't talk about that, so don't worry about that. Right, so the first page is going to be the cover sheet, and it's going to be the 15 logos right here. Right? 1 through 15. And on the ones that you have selected, you're going to draw this box right here. Right? Let's say that you pick that one and that one right there. Boom, right? We draw that. And of course, this is going to be filled in with logos. This sheet right here is pretty much this one right here. This one right here. So it's the 15. And then, right, once you present to us the 15, you actually show us the 9 that were selected, which is going to be, right, these 9 sheets right here. Right? Let me show you guys real quick what I mean by that. All right. So right here, we're going to have numbers 1 through 15. Right? And out of these ones, how many are we going to pick out of the 15? How many are we going to extract? 9, right? Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Marisa. Right? So 9, right? So we're going to extract 9 out of those 15, right? So here we're going to have 9 boxes that have that right there, you know, dash right there, right? Or a color, right? That tells us how to change which ones were selected, which ones were the 9. Okay. Now these 9 sheets over here, right, are going to be the 9 selected, right? So, right. So again, it might be again. Right, it might be again 1, right? 3, 5, right? And then we're gonna blow them up right here. See, so option 1, option whichever one. Now, for example, here I have option 5, right? That's this one over here. Right? So notice that I've taken it. First of all, I clean it on Rhino. Then I paste it over here. Right? Notice that each of the sheets right here has their layout. Right? We're going to blow up the selected logo, and then we're going to paste or place a reference image that again helps us to be like, oh, okay, I see. So I guess if you're saying that that's the logo for this image right here, I guess, right? But notice that these numbers right here, guys, these ones, are not necessarily now in order, right? Like, look, for example, this one will be option 1. This one will be 3, right? 5, 6, 7, right? Maybe 8, right? But notice that these numbers come from here, right? This is not going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, right? It's going to be these numbers come from which number is, so that we can trace back, right? So we're kind of giving them a label, right? So that's going to be logo 1 till the end, right? Logo 3, logo 5, right? Notice that 13, that is my last one right here. It's not 9, right? Because maybe 13 is actually this one right here. All right? All right, guys. Instructions, right? I mean, it's a lot of instructions. You guys got it, but does that make sense? Yes, Andre Bedoya has said it beautifully. They have their designated numbers from beginning to end, correct. It's like a tag, right? It's like a little tag that they come through with. All right, guys. So when is this due, right? So this is due next Wednesday night. All right. How does that sound? So not, right? This one's going to be due earlier, right? I mean, this first one right here. So keep an eye on for that, right? So this one's going to be due first. I think this one's going to be due just as usual, right? I mean, a week from today. But this one, you know, I mean, it's going to be pushed. I'll push it for Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday night. Probably past midnight, Michael. Probably technically Thursday morning, but, you know, just, yeah. Yes, Wednesday, right? But I'm talking about Wednesday is the 10 file right here, guys. That's for Wednesday. This one's going to be earlier, right? This one is just 2 sheets, and we pretty much finished it in class today. That one's going to be, you know, a week from today, so probably next Monday, right? So we have that, and then we also have what we did in the beginning of the class today, which was the post, right? And that's also going to be an upload right there, right? Now, for the upload, the second one, which is the 9 design outline. So notice how we've taken it from 15 to 9, right? This is going to be a single post, right? Upload on Blackboard and on the online journal as a single post. So you're going to have a post with 10 images, right? And this is the tag for that. And the same deal, guys, right? So from this ones right here, help your classmates, right? Because from 15, we're going to narrow it to 9. And from 9, we got to narrow it to 3. Those 3, we're going to play with color, and we're going to play with type. But again, guys, so this is one post right here. This is another upload. And again, as always, just make sure that you keep track of the deadlines on Blackboard. Those are the good ones right there. All right. Now, one last thing, guys. One last thing. We talked about generating the PDF, a file, save as. Well, I'll do first the file, save, and then file, save as. Right, we're ready to do the booklet, so I'll do a PDF. Right. So I'll do that all in range. Right. And I can create the PDF. And remember that once I do that, I can do File, Export to, Image in JPEG, so that you can actually upload these on your online journal, right? Because you're going to need a PDF for Blackboard, and you're going to need the images for your online journal, right? So don't forget about that. That's how you generate the JPEGs for that, right? All right. And lastly, I don't think anyone asked, but I think I will get asked, right? How do we work with these dashes right here, right? So just remember, when you're trying to do the selections right here, the best thing to do would be to set up your settings like this, right? So you give yourself a red stroke or in any color, you pick the color, right? You remove the fill, right, by clicking on it, and then you click right here where it says none, right? So the default is like that, right? So click right there, double click right there. Just because it's white doesn't mean that there's not a fill, right? And that's actually kind of confusing. So make sure that you actually remove the fill. You don't want a white fill, you want no fill at all, right? So you click right there, none, and you gotta get that cross right there, this red cross right here, meaning that there's no fill at all. Once you do that, you select the square, and then you draw a rectangle, right? Now that's a solid line, right? You select it, you go where it says right here, stroke, you make a dash by clicking here. And these are the settings that I have right now, a 3 dash with that I think by default is going to be like a 12. It's larger, right, bulkier. So, just play with that and make it look nicer, right? So we do a 3 and enter, Control 0, and we'll do that. All right. So this is going to be project number 2, right, which is just the line outline. Project number 3 is going to be the final logo with the coloring and the type. Okay. So any questions, guys? I know that this is getting longer than usual. I think everyone's about done with this for right now. All right, so let's maybe stop there. You're going to need to reference back the video so that you can set up this sheet now, right? We're going to set up a 10 sheet now rather than a 2. And again, this is going to be one upload. This is going to be another upload right here, and then plus the ones that we took care of this morning, which are this ones right here. Look at this one. This is Andrew's, right? Mr. Aranda. Andrew has some experience, right? But nonetheless, check this out, guys. So again, I would go first back to the last one so that I can see the drawing, right? Because I can barely read what this is for. This is the I forgot to put the name of the species here, but wow, I cannot really read that. It is right there. Well, I cannot see. Okay, anyway, regardless of that, once I see those images, right, I can see that I'd be like, okay, I mean, that's pretty straightforward right there. 11. I mean, I think 11 is a safe one. I think now maybe Andrew was looking at it from the top or front. I mean, I like 3 and 9. 3 and 9, but with I don't know. I like how the number 11 has vertical stem. I think that's very stereotypical of this plant right here, but missing something. That's right. Alright, my favorite one. Alright, any questions, guys? Any questions before we leave? Just showing you guys right here. It's my thinking head. No, we got it. No? Good? All right. All right, guys. Yes, there it is, Nick. I'll leave it there. Notice that it's pretty much the same. I would like for you guys to design this one. This is the booklet. This is the 10-page booklet. Feel free to maybe change things around. Have fun with that. You know, just design it. Start playing with the software right here. All right. All right, guys. Thank you. You too. All right, guys. Let's get out of here. I'm done. I'm pooped for right now. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you, guys. You too. Yes, Jackie, you're gonna see that, okay? Ms. Reyes, you're gonna see that upload on Blackboard as well. I know which one you're talking about. Okay. So yes. All right. Hey, Adolfo. Yes. Yes. Stop. Anyone else? What's going on, Adolfo?